Hello, everybody. So, welcome to the Data Tech channel. Hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. In this channel, we talk about the latest data technologies and also do hands-on practice on them. Today, we're going to talk about on Azure Data Lake Storage Generation 2. So, without further ado, let's start. So the first question is what is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2? In simple words, we can say it's a storage designed specifically for big data analytics. And as the name suggests, it's a Generation 2, which is evolved on Data Lake Storage Generation 1, which is a legacy service in Azure now. And it's evolved from Generation 1, built on top of Azure Blob Storage. It inherited a lot of features from Azure Blob Storage, but still there are a few features which are not supported in Data Lake Gen 2, such as soft delete. Soft delete is kind of like a recycle being versioning of blob files is also not available. Encryption and customer provided encryptions, and there are other services which are not available. So this is all theory. Now for a user, what that mean? For a user, it basically a file system which consists folders and separate files in it. So for example, look at these are called containers or file system. In that you can have folders, subfolders, files. Similarly, so it's pretty much like a file system which we have in our system, in our computers. But its biggest feature is it's compatible with Hadoop, and that's why this Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 can be accessed by various services in Azure, which are meant for the big data. For example, Databricks, Snaps Analytics, etc. So let's look at some advantage of Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. The first one, as I mentioned, it's Hadoop compatible, so it allows us to manage and access data as we would have done with the Hadoop distributed file system. POSIX permissions, so it allows the access control list for accessing the files and directories in the storage. It's a low cost storage because of the blob storage integration with it. And optimized driver. It have a ABFS driver, which is optimized specifically for big data analytics. Access steering, which we expect from blob storage, hot, cold, and archive. And the last one is lifecycle management policy, which automates the movement of files from one tier to other in blob storage. Now, let's do a quick demo. So this is the Azure portal. If you generally if we are looking for a service, we type the service name here. If we type Data Lake Storage Gen 2, you won't see the service. The reason being because it's part of the storage account, so you won't get it. So if you wanna you wanna start a Gen 2 storage, just click on storage account. I already have one, but in this demo we will create a new one too, and in the meantime, it takes time, we can use the existing one. So you just click on new, and here now we're creating the storage account. So the first thing is, as usual, you pick the subscription, then the resource group. I already have one, so I will use that, but if you don't, just click on the create button and you will get it. Next is the storage account name. So let's give it Data Tech Demo 2, and it has to be globally unique. The second thing is the location. I'm in the East Zone of North America, so I'll pick that. And next is the performance. So by default, it's standard. It means it's a regular storage, but if you want, you can switch it to premium. Premium is ideally for those applications which require low consistent latency and a high throughput, or you can say high number of transactions. And now here comes the account type. So if this, you can see storage v2, that means it's a gen 2. Otherwise, like if you want generation 1, you can pick this, and if you want blob storage, you can pick that too. But we're going to stick to the v2. And then it comes the replication. So replication depend on your requirement, how you want to replicate it, and it depends on your budgets and all other things too. Now let's look at the networking. We don't have to make any changes here. Let's go to the next one, data protection. If you remember, like I was mentioning, there are like soft delete and versioning and all those kind of things are not available. But if you see here, like we see the options for them. But as soon as we select them, let's do that. You select them and you go to the next tab in advanced. You go here, you see your Data Lake Gen 2 hierarchical namespace, which means like the file structure, like folders and file structure, we won't be able to use it. So that's why like we go here and deselect all of them. And now we go to advanced, and here you will see now, and this is the access tier I was talking about the time. And here you see Data Lake Storage Gen 2. By default, it's disabled. We have to enable because we want to create a file structure, like a file, like a folder, file system folder structure. And we don't have to create any tags. If you can add, review, and create. Click on create. So it takes some time, like it should be fast, but still it take like I'll say a minute or so. So in the meantime, we can go to our old storage, and this is how it looks. It's pretty same as the generation 1 if you guys have worked with that. But here you can here you will see some new things. So if you click on the container, so I already have created 2 containers. This is basically, you can see, you can think as your root folder. And here you see that data tech demo, it's also completed. But we'll continue here. So if I click on container, so I can create, let's say, do user 2. So this is like a, oh, it's already exists. Sorry, my bad. Let's do user 3, create. So basically, it's like these are like different containers. So if we go to this picture here, so basically this like these are the things which we are naming user 1, user 2, or user 3. So these are like our root folders. So you can like think that way, like it's not use folder, but you can think that way. And if you click on that, there you can create like you can click on add directory to create like new folders. So let's create username 2. I'm just picking random names and click on save. So you will see like another folder is created, and there, like if you click here, so it's empty for now, but you can upload a file if you click on here, and you can go, for example, let's upload the PowerPoint. Click on this. See, the PowerPoint is uploaded, and the access tier is hot, and it's a blob type. Okay, so you can see that like and if we click on here, you can go back, like click here, and whatever folder you want to like go, like if you click here, you will see subfolders and the files in it. If you want to just put files, you can do that too. The other thing I want to show you, like there are like multiple ways to access this thing. So when I showed you, like I go to, like 1 second, if I go home, click on this and click on container, that was the like one mode. The other way is like you can use the storage explorer. You can click here and it will open this thing. So you can see user 2, user 2, user 3, and users, like all our containers are here, or file systems are here. If you click on that, it will expand it, give you others. And we have like a desktop version of Storage Explorer too, so we can use that too. The next thing I want to talk about is the access control list. So access control list is basically it's like it's an authentication method which we have seen a lot in our like a Windows file system, where like on a specific folders you allowed only certain people's, and same goes with the files and all. So we can do that same here too. It's very simple. You just go right click and manage access, and after seeing this, it's probably like light some bulb. Like this is pretty much like we have in our Windows file system too, in our like local system. So you see there are super users. What kind? If you select that, you will see it have read write access. Same, this group have only read access. Chris Matthews is one of my user. It have read access. And if you want to add, like simply let me add Rowan. This is another user. So I go here, copy paste, click on add. So you see Rowan, and then you click on access, and what kind of access, let's say we're going to give, and save. And if we go and again check it, like you will see Rowan have access to, and the same can be done on folders too. So if we click here, same thing can be done here too, and you can add whatever users you want. So they're like there is a term called security principle. So basically security principles are like users, group, or manage identities. So basically what happens, like let's give you like a background of access control. So each file and directory in the storage account has an access control list. So when a security principle attempt an operation on the file or directory, ACLs check whether they have their correct permissions or not. So for example, if Rowan and Chris want to access this folder, like username 2, they won't, because they don't have access to it. So and in the similar way, like if you go to the let's go to the storage, click on container. Here also, like if you go there, you can, we don't have any file here, so let's go to the folder. Let's go here. So if we click on this, right click here, from here to also you can set the ACL list rules. And one more thing, like you need to keep in mind, that's not the only way of authentication of users to this file system. There are like a couple of other ways too, which we didn't talk, but this is like a add-on which generation 1 didn't have. That's why I mentioned it. So that's all for today. If this video helped you a bit to understand the Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2, please like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and please share your feedback and suggestions in the comment section. And in the meantime, stay safe. Have a good one.